Hello everybody and welcome to our presentation. My name is Naser Pourazad and together with my co-authors Dr. Lara Stocchi and Shreya Narsey, I will be presenting our recent paper titled A Comparison of Social Media Influencers KPI Patterns Across Platforms, exploring differences in followers and engagement on Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, TikTok and Twitter. So as we all know, social media has become a vital part of our lives and influencers have become an essential aspect of social media marketing. So with the rise of different platforms, it is becoming essential to understand how these platforms differ in terms of influencer marketing effectiveness. Our presentation will provide a detailed analysis of the KPI patterns of different influences and help us to understand these differences across different platforms. Thank you for joining me today and I hope you find this presentation informative and insightful.
Okay, so let's start with a question. Are you struggling to choose the right influencer to partner with your brand? Well, you're not alone. Despite the overwhelming positive statistics surrounding influencer marketing, many marketers are still facing challenges in selecting the best influencer or the most effective influencer for them to work with and to use them in their campaigns. So according to a recent report, 92% of marketers believe that influencer marketing is effective. And in 2023, HubSpot predicts that 89% of marketers who currently engage in influencer marketing will increase or maintain their investment in the following year. So why the struggle with influencer selection? So the answer lies in a lack of clear guidelines and criteria for choosing influencers. With so many options available, it can be very difficult to determine which influencer will resonate with your target audience and effectively promote your brand. Our study focuses on two research questions. Firstly, what are the underlying patterns in social media influencers' classic KPIs, such as the number of followers and engagement rate? Secondly, do these patterns differ from across different platforms and fields of expertise? So we are using double jeopardy since it is one of the marketing's most widely applied empirical laws. It is also one of the leading theories that explain mass behavior, particularly in the analysis of buying behavior and social audience and media audience. In simple terms, double jeopardy tells us that brands with smaller market shares not only have fewer customers, but also have customers who are less loyal and purchase from them less frequently. Essentially, it means that smaller brands face a double penalty in the marketplace. Not only do they have fewer customers to begin with, but also customers are less committed to the brand and more likely to switch to another brand over time. So our research wants to know whether double jeopardy holds true for social media influencers and whether there are any differences in patterns across different platforms and fields of expertise in different influencers.
Our data set is quite unique as it provides KPIs for influencers from 2019 to 2022 across 5 major platforms, as I've said before: Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, Twitter, and TikTok. We have collected data from 180 influencers with 30 per platform for Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram, and as well as YouTube, and 60 for TikTok. The data set also comprises of 3,600 posts, with 20 per influencer randomly selected from over 35,000 posts. We have also conducted analysis on both the aggregate level as well as grouping the influencers together based on their field of expertise, which these fields of expertise include beauty and fashion, entertainment, travel, and lifestyle. So as you can see, there are 2 key metrics that can be used to evaluate influencers: share of influencers and engagement rate. Share of influencers is calculated by dividing the number of followers of a specific influencer by the total number of followers for all influencers on the same platform. Engagement rate is calculated by dividing the number of engagements, such as reactions, likes, comments, and shares of a specific influencer by their number of followers. You can see that the formula used to calculate the constant and theoretical engagement rates based on each influencer's share of influencer. In these formulas, B represents a brand's share of buyers, or another term purchase penetration, whereas W captures a brand's purchase weight or frequency of purchase. Okay, let's talk about some of the results that we have. So we found that a reverse double jeopardy pattern exists for mature platforms such as Facebook, Twitter, and YouTube. So this means that engagement rate decreases as the number of followers increase. On the other hand, growing platforms such as TikTok saw a classic double jeopardy pattern where the engagement rate increases as the number of followers also increase. Interestingly, we found no clear trade-off for platforms such as Instagram, which are going through some changes. This means that the engagement rate varies depending on the number of followers and the type of content posted. In terms of influencers' fields of expertise, our findings indicate that the reverse double jeopardy pattern is consistent for Facebook, Twitter, and YouTube across all fields of expertise. On the other hand, we found that TikTok users and their engagement with influencers follow a classic double jeopardy pattern. Interestingly, we did not find a clear double jeopardy trade-off for influencers specializing in entertainment on YouTube, which is quite interesting. Similarly, we found no clear trade-off for Instagram across any of the fields of expertise, including beauty and fashion, entertainment, travel, and lifestyle.
Okay, so let's talk specifically about TikTok, where there was a classic double jeopardy pattern observed. So this indicates generally that a popularity bias exists within this platform, where choices and preferences are allocated as expected. This can be attributed to TikTok's strategy to prioritize authenticity and obviously creative expression amongst its users and creators. So this platform focuses on developing niche content to attract highly engaged and passionate users. This is why TikTok has become a popular app for content creators to showcase their creativity and gain a following, or a organic following, right? So by prioritizing authenticity, TikTok has created an environment where influencers feel comfortable experiencing themselves, and obviously users engage more and more with their created content as the follower base grows. Okay, so now let's talk about boundary condition number 1, which is why we saw a reverse double jeopardy pattern for mature platforms including Facebook, YouTube, and Twitter. So other theories might be able to explain this pattern, mostly theories of mass behavior. For example, natural monopoly. It could be argued that using that theory, could be argued that certain influencers who have established themselves as a dominant player within a particular field of expertise may have that natural monopoly over that audience. This could make it more difficult, obviously, for other influencers to grow organically and engage with their users again organically. The concept of long-tail consumption can also be applied to explain how a large number of influencers with smaller follower base can collectively have a significant impact on audience engagement. Other reasons such as users variety seeking, low switching costs between platforms, and obviously a high number of alternative platforms inflate the performance of less popular offerings, which eventually leads to that reverse double jeopardy pattern. Finally, mature platforms' reliance on advertising revenue and large passive user base can also complicate the organic growth and potentially seeing a classic double jeopardy pattern. Okay, so the absence of double jeopardy pattern for Instagram also suggests that standard double jeopardy assumptions may not be holding for this platform anymore. This includes as-if random allocation of preferences, which indicates that users may be impacted by a variety of factors when deciding which influencers to follow or to engage with. For example, a user may stumble upon an influencer's profile by chance, or they may be drawn upon to an influencer's because of the platform's explore feature, and not by choice and not by active choice. So brand switching behavior often refers to the tendency of users to switch between from one brand to another one, or in this case to another influencer. Also, the omission of popularity cues on Instagram, including removing the number of likes, may also instill a first order pattern instead of a zero order in the following and engagement behavior. So this means that users' engagement with an influencer may be impacted by not only their immediate response to the followers' number or the number of likes for a particular post, but rather by factors that are evolved as part of their longer-term relationship with their influencers, which could be any form of emotional connection or affectionate attachment to that influencer.
Our study highlights that relying solely on classic followers and engagement KPIs can be misleading. By incorporating the notions of the double jeopardy theory, our study offers a simple model to evaluate effectiveness and choose the right influencer. So what does it mean for managers? So when setting up brand briefs and collaboration campaigns with influencers, it is important to consider the size of the influencer and the platform they are mostly active on. We suggest that micro-influencers are ideal for improving engagement on mature platforms such as Facebook, Twitter, and YouTube, while micro and mega influencers are more suitable for emerging platforms such as TikTok. Based on these insights, managers must establish appropriate guidelines and benchmarks to make sure collaborations with influencers from different industries and platforms are successful. Thank you so much for listening. I look forward to your feedback and comment. Have a good day.